the Philippines where sunlight gleams, Brian, Tess, and family dreams. By the shorelines, kids at play in a tropical bright array.
Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Tess.
And I'm Brian, and today I thought we'd discuss the cost of living here in the Philippines, because I've had a lot of questions, emails, messages on Facebook from guys as to what it actually costs to live here. And it really does depend on the area you're in. We're here on Masbate Island and it's not super expensive. Some places, if you're living in Manila, it can be a little more expensive, and it depends on your lifestyle completely. But I thought I'd just give you a rundown on what it costs for us in this region. And again, if you're renting or whether you own your own house, can make a huge difference. So we're renting here at the moment, and as most of you know, we're trying to build out on our land, which has been stopped because of all the wet weather at the moment, but we'll get to that as soon as we can. But yeah, I just thought, what's our rent here, babe?
9,000.
9,000. This is per month, guys. This is monthly. Our rent here is 9,000 per month. The previous apartment we lived in over in another barangay here was 17,000 per month. So the rents can vary greatly depending on the apartment and what location you're in, as it can anywhere in the world. So be aware of that. But yeah, so for us here in this little 2-bedroom apartment, single story, we're paying 9,000. Previously we were in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-story with air conditioning included, and our rent was 17,000. Here we had to purchase our own air conditioner and install that, which we'll take with us when we leave, but it's much cheaper here. What do we got? Electricity, babe. How much is our electricity?
5,500.
That's average per month, because I run the aircon about 16 hours per day. I switch it off at night and we just use a fan of a night time when we're sleeping, but probably close to 16 hours per day I have the aircon cranking here. So our average electricity bill for microwave, air fryer, refrigerator, air conditioning, lights, TV, computer, fans, everything is 5,500 per month. Our water, babe?
500.
Yeah, water is average 500 per month. That's actually, I forgot to include, we purchase drinking water at 25 peso per container. We use about 125 pesos per week, 250. So total for both is probably 1,000 per month. Our internet?
2,000.
Our internet is 2,000 pesos per month. You can get cheaper plans. I've seen them for 1,399, 1,299. I pay 2,000 pesos per month for 300 megabyte download, maximum 300 megabyte download speed, which I don't get most of the time. The internet is very poor here. Now on to the biggest things, our foods, our fruits and vegetables. Fortunately, we get an ex-college mate of Tess owns a stall at the market here, Mercado, they call it. So she often gives us some freebies. She might throw in a free squash pumpkin or a free bunch of bananas or something that she'll just give us when we go there. But on average, how much is our fruits and vegetables per month?
1,000 pesos.
1,000 peso, that's all we spend. Because yeah, fortnightly we usually go to the market and we'll get around about 500 pesos worth of fruits and vegetables.
The grocery.
The grocery. That's the biggest one, because remember, we're a family of 4 here. We've got the 2 kids now. We have nappies, or diapers as they call them here. Formula. Tess is breastfeeding Caleb, but we also have formula there so they can alternate. So we have extra expenses that if you're a single guy coming to stay here, you wouldn't have. Or just a couple, of course, it would be much cheaper. But what's our grocery bill?
20,000.
20,000 pesos per month. All that sort of stuff that you need to get from the grocery store that we can't get as fresh fruits and vegetables. We don't buy rice usually. Occasionally we do if we run out, but generally we get our rice from Tessa's parents out on the farm. And even when we run out, quite frequently, if one of her sisters is coming to visit, she'll bring a bag of rice with her, as Sel did the other day. She came to stay for the day and brought us a bag of rice. So very rarely we'll have to purchase rice, but rice can be quite expensive for Filipinos here because they eat a lot of it, literally 3 times a day. She'll have rice breakfast, lunch and dinner. So rice is life here in the Philippines. What's next, babe?
Fuel.
Fuel, or gasoline as they call it here. You call it gasoline, yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
So we've been doing on average 1 trip per week out to our land and back in the RAV, and that's costing us around about 2,000 pesos per week, so 8,000 per month. Fuel here is just as expensive as it is in Australia. I'm not sure about US prices, but it's quite expensive for fuel. Hence the reason everyone's riding a 100 or 125cc motorbike, because it's very cheap to run. Next.
Eating out or taking away.
Yeah.
Take away.
Eating out or takeaway, we don't eat out a lot because we've got the kids and it's really difficult to go anywhere, but we do get McDonald's takeout or Jollibee takeout, or maybe a Mang Inasal or something every now and then. Not frequently, maybe once per week. So we'd only spend, how much we spend on takeout?
4,000 pesos.
Per month. So say 1,000 pesos in a week. It's not a lot, but if your lifestyle is that you want to go and eat out at restaurants all the time, it's going to cost you a lot more money. So our total for the month, and we need to finish this up because Caleb, as you can probably all hear, is awake now. Our total for the month is 50,000 pesos, which comes to, I think, off the top of my head, about 1,300 Australian. I'll do the math and put the figure up exactly, but then of course if you're like me and you smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol, you're going to have a little bit more. Beer, Red Horse and stuff like that here is very inexpensive. I drink Jack Daniels, so in a month I'd probably spend around 2,000, 2,200 on alcohol, and on smokes 4,800 peso. So if you total all of that together, it comes up to less than $1,500 Australian, or 1,000 US. So it is very possible to live here easy on a pension from the US, the UK, Australia, any of the Western countries, on your monthly pension. Sorry guys, wait, Tessa's gonna have to go and tend to the baby. Sorry. They say never work with children or animals. What can you do? If you got children, you have no choice. And I know there are people that will say, well, how can you live on that? Other guys, there's other Westerners here that spend double that, maybe even triple that. I know there's guys here that live in Manila and they're drinking at bars all the time and partying and living it up and going out with young hot Filipinas, different Filipina every day. Now, if you're going to live like that, yeah, you're going to spend a lot more money. So, as I've said before, it depends on your lifestyle. If you're going to live with a woman and you're living in the province, you'll probably live less than that. If you have your own house, I mean, we'll cut almost 10,000 pesos off our rent bill every month as soon as we build out there. Even electricity, if you've got solar set up on your house and you're living on your own, you're saving 15,000 pesos per month. So it's really is possible, depending on your circumstance, to live for less than $1,500 per month. But as I've said before, it all depends on your lifestyle, and it depends on whether you've got kids or no kids, or how many people in your family that you're providing for and feeding. You know, if you're living with a Filipina and you've got her relatives staying there and there's 4, 6 people, 8 people, and you're feeding them all, okay, your food bill's going to increase and you might spend a couple of $1,000 Australian per month. But that's an Australian pension. $2,000 per month Australian will quite sufficiently cover all your expenses, even if you're renting. And you can't do that back in Australia. I know you can't. And it also depends on your wife or your girlfriend if you're living with someone. How frugal is she? How materialistic is she? Is she spending money on makeups and clothes and doing her nails and going and getting pedicures and manicures, and because that can have a huge effect on your bank balance also. I'm very lucky to have one very frugal wife, or what some would call karipot here, which is means tight with money. She's not an expensive wife to have. She's always looking for the cheaper items. If we're buying something, the first thing she'll do is look at the price and say, oh, it's too expensive. She never asks me for money unless it's something that she really needs. I always, whenever we purchase stuff, if I give her some money to purchase it, the change goes into her coin purse, so she's always got some money in her purse if she wants to get something when we're out. So I'm lucky. If you go and pick up a girl from the city who is very materialistic and wants to be out drinking, eating out at restaurants and partying all the time, and you're happy to do that, it's going to cost you a lot more money. So just be aware, it depends on your lifestyle, but I hope that gives you some insight into how cheaply you can live in the Philippines. If you want to retire here, then retire by the beach. I've seen beachfront land for sale, not huge blocks, but small lots, but I've seen beachfront land for sale for $9,000 Australian. So you can buy land and build a house on the beach, have zero rent, put solar on there, and retire here in the Philippines for half of your Australian pension and save the other half, literally. As I said, I hope that's been informative. I hope that answers all the questions of the guys that have asked me, what's the cost of living? What's the cost of living? Again, I can only give you my cost of living here, or our cost of living here, and hope that gives you all some insight. So thank you for joining us today. Apologise that Tess had to run off to take care of baby Caleb, but kids will be kids. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have come on board recently. Thank you to everyone that's been with us since day one. We did not reach our goal. We've achieved every goal we set out to achieve since we began vlogging 1 year ago, but our goal to hit 3,000 subs, we fell short. 2.74k I think we're at, so we fell short by 260 subscribers or something. So let's hope this video picks up some more subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. Don't forget to give us the like if you're enjoying our content. Drop a comment and say hi. Love to hear from you guys. And if you're living here, let me know what the cost of living is for you and what area you're living in. I'd be interested to hear it. Also, don't forget to share our videos. Check out the links in the description below. I always put a link to the website, the dating website where I met my gorgeous wife. If you guys click the link, you can create a free profile there. If you choose to create a paid membership, you're indirectly supporting our channel and our build here. We'll be back hopefully off-grid building as soon as we can. Rainy season and earthquake season here in the Philippines. We've had many earthquakes in the last few months. Not huge, around 5 on the Richter scale, big enough to rattle the floor under your feet and give you a shake up, but not super huge. Anyway, it's slowed down building out there, not the earthquakes, the rainy season. Pouring rain, and can't really get any materials out there, can't get any work done, so we'll get back to that as soon as we can. So today, just from an Australian in the Philippines, peace out.